Should the Jets be buyers or sellers in this last little window of the trade deadline? Well, what's happening, Jets fans? This is GreenBean, and I am here to discuss potential trades. The Jets, for so long, we have wanted to use this little window of time to bring in the guy we need. Jets fans, all right, who can we get? Who can we go out there and nab that can help us? But it's not that way since Joe Douglas has been here. He's taken the opportunity to jettison a few guys in this time. And we're in a position where it's kind of hard to figure out what are we willing to give away for guys like maybe Robert Quinn, who last year, I would have loved a little Robert Quinn. This year, where are we sticking Robert Quinn? Now, yes, could you move some people out? But do you want to? This is an interesting question this year. Now, the trade deadline is November 1st. So right now, when I'm recording this, it's October 18th. So we got a little bit of time. As we've seen, Joe Douglas likes to wait to the last 30 seconds and go, ha, I did it. I got a trade. That's what he does. He did it with Leo. He did it last year with the magical trade for LDT, where he sent the tight end Daniel Brown, and 2 weeks later they cut Daniel Brown and we re-signed Daniel Brown. So basically we said, hey, Mr. Reed, can we have LDT? We're having a problem with a guy in our guard position. And Reed said, yeah, I don't care. Just take, who do you want? You want LDT? Take him. And that's basically what happened. We got Daniel Brown back because Boyer liked him on special teams and all that jazz. So Joe Douglas likes to wait till the last moments. It seems, probably very, very smart. He doesn't get himself into situations where he's acting upon desperation or all those kinds of emotions. Like, I need to do this, or if I don't do it, this is going to happen. He doesn't seem to care. He just waits. What's the best deal I can get? All right, we're here. Yes, I want him. Or yes, take him. Or whatever it might be. So we see this kind of management from our general manager, which is actually pretty cool. But this year, we're already seeing the beginnings of the trade deadline hoopla, right? So we saw the Cleveland Browns go out there and scoop up linebacker Deion Jones. Just a day ago or so, we saw Robbie Anderson get into a little spat with his positional coach, and the new interim head coach, Mr. Wilks, said, enough! Traded him over to the Arizona Cardinals, who how many wide receivers are they going to trade for? What happens? Doesn't even see it. Like, they got DeAndre Hopkins, and then they trade for Hollywood Brown, and then they got Greg Dortch, and then they draft these guys, and now they're trading for Robbie Anderson. It seems like it's like the wide receiver abyss over there. I don't know what it is over there, but they just keep going out and grabbing them. But now here we are. We're in a position where the Jets are kind of competitive. We're kind of tied for the second best record in the AFC. Kinda. The Chiefs got a little bit of the records. We're tied for second. Standings, we're third. I'll take it. It's where we are, and I love it. So the Jets are kind of in this wacky position where maybe you could get an upgrade at a position, but I don't know if I would value that right now more than watching these young guys that we have actually develop and then get into a situation where we know what we need and we use the draft for it. It's been working for us this far. Let's just keep doing it that way and see how it goes. Because a lot of these young draft picks are working out, man. Even guys like Michael Clemens, 4th round pick, Max Mitchell, 4th round pick, Brandon Eccles, 6th round pick, and the 2020 5th round pick that a lot of us were very, very excited about, Mr. Bryce Hall, who is rumored to be on the trade block right now. And it makes a ton of sense. Like, look, I'm a Bryce Hall fan, right? I am. I live in Charlottesville, UVA, that's where he comes from. Is right here. Charlottesville is UVA. That's what the whole city is basically built around, is UVA. So Bryce Hall was a big deal here, and the fact that the Jets got him so late in the draft was very, very exciting. And he's played well. Last year he was second in the NFL with passes defensed, with 19, I believe it was. I haven't looked again, but I think that's what it is by my old memory banks, little file guy in there. 19, boss. So that's what it looks like. 19. Either way, he was second in the NFL with pass defense. A lot of Jets fans were upset that he wasn't able to pull in any interceptions. And that is, hey, that's something to look at. But it seems like the New York Jets prefer Brandon Echols, which is their 6th-round pick in 2021. So Bryce Hall played week 1 for us. He was in that 3rd cornerback role, and he got beat for a touchdown. Now, sadly, it was, look, he got beat. But the coverage was blanket coverage. It really was good coverage. And it's just one of those things. A great pass, great catches, and it happens. But a lot of, kind of soured on that, and we didn't see Bryce Hall since that game. He's been inactive and everything, and Brandon Echols has been elevated, and truth be told, he's playing well. When they picked on him, when he came right in 2 weeks ago, he played fantastic. He said, yeah, go ahead, pick on me. So what are we going to do? You have this guy who's high value. Again, 2nd in the league with passes defense. He's a quality corner. Now, is he sauce? No. Is he ever going to be Revis-esque? Probably not, but he's a good cornerback, and he was a 5th-round pick. So what can Joe Douglas get for him? He's saying, hey, look, we're not going to use him. He has value. We have our depth. We have our guys. So let's get him out there, see what we can get for him for next year's draft maybe, and give him a career, right? So that's an interesting one. That was originally reported by Mike Lombardo of Heavy.com or Heavy on Jets or whatever it might be. So I don't know how strong his sources are, but he sounds confident. He says, no, this is happening, so we'll go with it, right? And it makes sense. So I'm leaning towards buying that plan, that idea, let's call it. Now, another one that's kind of sneakily quiet on the back burner is this Denzel Mims thing, right? Denzel Mims was rumored to be on the trading block because he asked for a trade, and his agent said we've requested a trade. So it started all the rumors talking. Now, we don't know if the Jets even considered it. We don't know. I mean, we heard rumors, the Jets are accepting phone calls, blah, blah, blah. But we've heard that before. And the truth is, guys, is we know very, very little of what's coming out of Joe Douglas's camp, unless he wants us to know. So whatever we're hearing is either bullshit or it's designed for us to think a certain thing and other people out there to think a certain thing. But it might make sense as well. They have their depth at wide receiver. Now, in my opinion, with our history of bad luck injuries, I'm of the school of thought, keep him, man. He's a super quality receiver. I know Jetnation is like split in half. That is what it is. That's a side. If somebody gets hurt, having Denzel Mims come off the bench as opposed to, Irv Charles, get elevated from the practice squad, from my vantage point, is better than that. So I don't know what they'll do. But at this point, we have positions of value, cornerback and wide receiver, and they could be recouping something maybe a little bit more than in the offseason right now as teams start to deal with injuries and start to see who's a player and who's not. It could be interesting. So what do you guys think? You trading Bryce Hall? What do you think we can get? A first? You think we're getting the first? Hey, man, maybe we can get a third. Even if we get a fourth, it's an upgrade and a pick for a player that clearly this regime doesn't feel obligated to use. So interesting. What do you think we'll get for Bryce Hall? What do you think we'll get for Denzel Mims? Or is there anybody else on the block that you're interested in either jettisoning, or who do you want to bring in? Maybe a little Von Miller action? What do you think? I think getting better Von Miller. But anyway, let me know in the comments. I'm sincerely interested in your thoughts. That all said, have a great day, everybody. And as always, go Jiggity Jets!